Hello, in this video we will discuss the power of infrastructure as code, which SEAPATH leverages a lot, and why it's interesting for cybersecurity, evolutions, or compliance purposes. So let's imagine a situation where we have a file, we don't really know about it, secret.txt, which is in our different machines. This is purely an hypothesis, and let's imagine that we hear that it's a very good practice to have this file only readable by root. We have many clusters running many servers, and we have to change the permission on all those files as soon as possible because some cybersecurity national agency says that it's something that we have to do. So with infrastructure as code, it's pretty easy to do that. So basically, you just edit the Debian role and say that we want the file etc.secret.txt up to be owned by root and to have 600 permission, which means basically only the owner has read privilege. And then run the playbook and see what happens. So we see that the playbook has run, and we see that on all hosts, the permission has been changed. Let's check. Indeed, now it's root with only read and write. Yeah, 6 is 4 and 2, so it's read and write privilege. So on all hypotheses, the job is done, and it's only some line in the script. And the second thing is for which infra as code is interesting is compliance. That means that you want to check regularly that your configuration is still good. And this is really what Ansible is great at. So Ansible can say if it had to change something, in which case the lines are yellow and change is written there. And if everything is fine and was already as needed, then the line is green and it's written OK. So you can detect any change. For instance, if some hacker changed the permission to 660, for instance, and on some other machine, it would just change the owner. So in all cases, the situation is really not good and we are not compliant. But if you rerun the playbook, Ansible first will correct, and second will tell you it had to change something, which will ring a bell that something was wrong in the first place. Then you will have to investigate what happened. But Ansible will help you detect those cybersecurity concerns. So the playbook has run, and as promised, we can see that Ansible had to change something on Elabo 1 and had to change something on Elabo 3. The situation is back to normal, and you have in your logs the information that something was wrong in the first place, which is basically what compliance is. You may want to run the playbook regularly just to verify that everything that is yellow has a reason to be yellow. Once again, we can check that the situation is fine by verifying that basically everything is green. The recap will show you if things have changed. Note that some things have to change because they are not what we call idempotent. So it's normal to have some yellow, but it has to be under control. And if this number increase, if it's usually 5 and somewhere in the future it goes to 6, for instance, then it will trigger a security alert because something has changed that it shouldn't have.